Morning students. Today we'll start with this carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, generally we are saying it as sugars. Classification of carbohydrates based upon the number of sugars on hydrolysis. Based on that, carbohydrates are classified into 4 types: monosaccharides, disaccharides, trisaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, when we are taking glucose, fructose like that, on hydrolysis it is giving only one sugar. So when a substance on hydrolysis giving only one sugar, then it is called as a monosaccharide. Disaccharides, when we are taking sucrose on hydrolysis it is giving glucose and fructose. Same manner, even when you are hydrolyzing maltose, it gives 2 molecules of glucose. So likewise they will give some examples. So those sugars, those substance on hydrolysis, if it is giving 2 sugars, then it is called as disaccharide. Same manner on hydrolysis, if it is giving 3 sugars, then we are saying it as trisaccharides. If it is giving number of sugars, so much amount of sugars, then it is called as polysaccharides. For polysaccharides, we can give starch, inulin as an example. Trisaccharide, we can say for raffinose. Okay. In yesterday's class, we saw the structure of glucose and fructose, that is open structure. What we discussed in yesterday's class is open structure. Today we will see the cyclic structure of glucose. Cyclic structure of glucose, why they identified in the sense? Fischer actually, he thought that open chain pentahydroxyl aldehyde structure. Yesterday we saw that structure actually, it is not explaining the chemical behavior completely. So like other aldehydes, even this glucose, it is not giving bisulfite. Yesterday we saw that it is giving addition compound with hydroxylamine and hydrogen cyanide, but it doesn't give addition compound with bisulfite. Same manner, even it doesn't answer Skiff test. Yesterday what we said, Tollens test, Felling's test, we said no, but it doesn't answer for Skiff's test. Same manner, pentaacetate derivative, once when this glucose is formed, after that it will not be oxidized by Tollens reagent or Felling solution also. So to avoid this, to explain the chemical behavior of glucose, we are taking cyclic structure of glucose. Okay, glucose actually it is existing in 2 forms. Actually, only in first carbon alone, these 2 forms it is varying. See the structure, alpha D glucose, beta D glucose, alpha D glucopyranose. Same manner beta D glucopyranose. Only this first carbon alone, it changes in its structure. Okay, so one of the hydroxyl group, that only it will react with the aldehyde, so that it is giving cyclic structure. Is it clear, ma? So these 2 isomer forms, it differs only in one configuration of C1 carbon. So these kind of isomers, we are saying it as anomers. So what are anomers? If they are asking, you can write this definition. Okay, what are anomers? The isomers which will differ only in the configuration of C1 carbon atom only, we are saying it as anomers. Actually, the cyclic structure of glucose, it is very similar to the structure of pyran, Pyran, that pyran, which is a cyclic compound with 5 carbon and 1 oxygen atom. That is why here we put 5 carbon and 1 oxygen atom. So one day I wrote it as alpha D glucopyranose. Same manner here also beta D glucopyranose. When we are saying about this glucose, once when a pure form of any of the sugars, Once if it is dissolving in water, at that time what happened? This alpha D glucose is converted into beta D glucose. Same manner beta to alpha. How long it will interconvert in the sense? Till it attains the equilibrium. So that process only we are saying it as mutarotation. So what is mutarotation? Conversion of alpha into beta form till it attains the equilibrium. Actually, while attaining this interconversion, it occurs through this open structure of glucose only. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about epimers. Epimers, even in yesterday's class during fructose, structure of fructose we discussed, no? At that time we said what is epimer. Epimers actually sugars which is differing in the configuration at an asymmetric center. So in this kind of asymmetric center, if the configuration differs, then only we are saying it as epimers. Okay. Epimerization. What is epimerization? The conversion of one epimer into another epimer only we are saying it as epimerization. For example, here even galactose. Galactose also it is having the same molecular formula that is converted into glucose. Here they gave 3 epimers. Glucose you know already. D-mannose. D-mannose in second carbon here HOH. Remaining things same manner like glucose. Same manner here when we are taking galactose. This galactose it differs only in fourth carbon. Mannose differs in second carbon. Galactose differs in fourth carbon, which we are saying it as epimer. So in today's class we discuss the cyclic structure of glucose. With this we will complete today's class, students. Thank you, students.